I have hit the button. Pro broadcaster Jeff Kavanaugh here in the studio with the great Dalton Miller, he of the great hair.
Yes, I do have the great hair. I got it trimmed up recently. Got it thinned out. Got the sides trimmed. I'm feeling good. Now I just gotta, clean this up a little bit, but we're getting there.
I got trimmed up too. I feel like I need it back. I can't tie things up anymore.
Yeah, it's tough, ain't it?
Yeah. But what's up, world? Welcome to Cowboys Stuff with Jeff and Dalton. JD do Cowboys. Jeff and
JD
Dalton on
Cowboys.
the Cowboys Stuff. Welcome in. Everybody who wants to contribute to the pool fund, remember that it's all very important.
Yeah, guys, pools are fucking expensive. So give Jeff all your money that you're not going to give me.
Yeah, whatever.
For the One Tribe Foundation, 22 kill, which is what I'm raising money for. And guys, don't forget.
That's a hell of a trump card. Okay.
Don't forget that your boy is also giving away a PS5 on September 12th. You can donate to the One Tribe Foundation on my PayPal, which you can find on my Twitch channel at Dalton B. Miller. You can scroll down and find that. Every $5 gets you one entry. So it's like a fucking raffle for this PS5 that's happening on September 12th.
That's interesting, Dalton, because I'm going to do giveaways too.
Raising money and a PS5. Oh, what are you giving away? Let's see.
I have some cauliflower crackers.
Yo, those things are delicious.
No, they're terrible. That's why it's a giveaway. I'm giving away whatever this is, which I don't know what it is.
Wait, what is that? Let me see that. What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, all right. I was just in California. I thought that was something way different.
I don't know. It screws something in there.
Okay.
And that's the stuff I got. Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Hey, everybody's worried about Zack Martin.
Yeah.
I choose to believe in the dream. I choose to believe the dream narrative where Zack Martin's about to pop a negative test on Wednesday, another one on Thursday, and then he's going to drop out of a helicopter during pregame, and he's going to parachute in to his spot at right guard, which will it'll lead to a too many men on the field penalty, but then it'll be 1st and 15, and Zack Martin will be playing.
No, I like it better this way. You do the test on Thursday or on Wednesday and then Thursday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Do it right before the game. And are you having him like parachute in or like fast rope in on a helicopter?
Yeah, parachute. Yeah, like he's like maybe even out of an airplane or a jet where like it flies over.
Probably how you would have to parachute into the.
Yeah, it flies over during the anthem, and then Zack Martin in full pads and uniform is spiraling down out of the sky, and he yanks the chute at about 1,200 feet, and he comes on in.
I love that.
And yes, chat, that is possible. It's possible he plays. Should we get our hopes up? No. Is Jerry still trying to keep his hopes up? Yes, because that's who Jerry is. Jerry's the most optimistic dude of all time. McCarthy's like, he's about as out as you can be. And Jerry's just like, well, let's see now. We'll see. We'll see.
It's amazing. And I mean, that's probably what makes him a billionaire, you know?
Yeah, you got to believe.
That ability to just believe through any odds. And listen, if Zack Martin can't play, the odds are pretty well stacked against the Dallas Cowboys, although I am on Voss side here with we're going to beat the Bucs. And I'm still, even though I believe that the interior of the offensive line is going to get destroyed in this game, I still think the Dallas Cowboys are going to find a way to win this game and then lose next week.
Yeah,
it feels like a Cowboys thing to do.
Yeah, I was going with that opinion up until like this last week, and I decided to just be more realistic with myself and to just let it go, let the dream go. But the Zack Martin thing's only, kind of huge. Like, it's not the end of the world. If you were going to beat him with him, you could beat him without him. Like if you lost Tyron, then the world would be over. Losing Zack Martin's not good.
Yeah, but I'm more scared of their interior than their edge
rushers.
But
like if I lost Tyron Smith, then like they're going to let Ty and Secchi play.
That's true.
And that's
right,
doom.
That's fair.
That's death. That's Mordor. But like if Zach is out and McGovern's going to play, it's not good because Vita Vea is going to beat the shit out of him all day.
Yep.
But you could still win. They just happen to be better than you at football. So we'll see. Rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing about the Bucs is they're good everywhere. There's not a weak spot on that roster. I mean, doing mock drafts for them this past year was disgusting because they just didn't need anything. Like they could have used an edge rusher, which they went out and they got Joe Tryon for, and they could have used or offensive line depth like on the interior, and that's like it. That's the needs of their roster. They're bringing back 43 of the 53 dudes from the team last year.
I don't know, Dalton. Pro Football Focus says that Devin White sucks, so maybe he's the weakness.
Wait, PFF says he sucks? I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they say Devin White sucks.
Oh, well, I don't think he sucks. I mean, I think he's the second best linebacker on his team.
Yeah, he's overrated, but he's really good.
Yes, for sure. No, I didn't know PFF didn't like him. I thought everybody kind of loved him.
PFF had him as a 48, the 62nd out of 83 linebackers.
48. That's pretty damn low.
They don't like run and hit on the poof.
Because I'm writing up second year breakouts, and I was thinking about Biotish. Do we think that he can actually break out and get back to what he was junior year Wisconsin and be dominant? How did you feel about him during camp?
I think he's about as generic as it gets, which is fine. I don't think he's going to be a great player, but if he is a good player, you could sign me all the way the hell up. What is that, 4th round pick?
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Yep.
Yeah, I would take that. Like if he were as good as Connor Williams is at his job, I'd be really happy. And most Cowboy fans are going to be like, Connor Williams sucks. No, he doesn't.
Most people, they absolutely hate Connor Williams. Who do you have more faith in, Williams or McGovern?
Williams.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being smart there.
Yeah. Look, sometimes the coaches aren't doing things just to make you mad. Like if Connor McGovern were better than Connor Williams, he'd be playing. He's not playing because he's not better. I have heard the coaching staff thinks that McGovern's better on the right, which take that for what you will. If he's about to be playing right guard for Zack Martin, that is where they like him the best. You just so happens to be a first ballot Hall of Famer playing that position.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, or the 84th best player in the NFL, according to some people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. Yes, of course. Where was I going? I had a thing. There was a thing I was going to say about a thing.
We're talking about the interior of the offensive line.
No, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, you just can't worry about it. Oh, hold on. Let me knock out. We got a super chat in the building from a guy, James.
Let's get it.
I took the Cowboys to cover before Zach being ruled out. This is poop.
What's the line right now? 3.5.
What is it? 8, 8.5, 7.5?
8.5. Really?
Let me see. Cowboys.
Taking the Cowboys all day.
Hold on.
To cover, even if they get down 21-3 early after a couple of turnovers.
7.5. 7.5.
Oh yeah. Smash the Cowboys. Smash them.
Oh God.
Do it. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for the 7.5. You got there just a second before Jeff did.
No, you didn't. I got there first.
But
I do like this idea from Kobe. Zack Martin's going to bust out from the Stone Cold theme song. Like everybody's just warming up and they're getting ready to kick, and it's, oh my God, that's Zack Martin's music.
Can you imagine in 2021, Zack Martin just pounding 2 Coors Lights together and before a game?
Yes, I could.
That would be incredible.
Yes, I 100% could.
That's how Bach's got to come back from injury, right? David Bakhtiari, like when he finally gets back, he's got to come in WWE style, right?
Yeah, he's a get hammered drunk guy. Yeah. That would be really good. So I am looking at Tampa's roster, and I'm like, all right, I'm drawing up how the Cowboys beat Tampa. And
It's really tough, ain't it?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm like,
I think
Randy Gregory whips Donovan Smith.
Well, that's one possibility.
And you score a bunch of points.
The other possibility is yes, that the Cowboys wide receivers are, I think, is a mismatch against the Bucs corners. Even though I like the Bucs corners, I don't think the high end is necessarily there with them. Like Carlton Davis is pretty good.
Yeah, he's fine,
but he's not covering CD or Amari.
No,
1v1.
No, the only problem with that though is you go, okay, let's just take all 3 starting corners. Yeah. I would say 2 of the 3 are better than the Cowboys without a doubt, and potentially 3 of 3 are better than the Cowboys corners. So the only problem with that is, I believe that CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper and
they're going to do the same thing.
Right. Yep. Now turn it around. And what's about to happen?
Listen, they're going to have to score a bunch of points. We already know that was going to be a thing this year.
Shout out to Kyle in the super chat for the pool fund. He said, also love Dalton chugging the Yinglings at noon on a holiday.
Hell yeah.
I would be chugging the somethings, but man, the last 2 days have been rough. Saturday was college football, right?
Yep.
So I was like, all right, guys, I'm going to get there early to make sure we have a table at stands. So I got there at 10:57 a.m.
Immediately started drinking, obviously.
I started drinking.
Yeah.
And I left stands right before 11 p.m. So that was 12 hours. And so then yesterday I was like, all right, I'm just going to keep it low key. I'm not going to do anything. And then the homies were like, hey, what about maybe doing the pool? And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. And so I was laying on the couch shirtless in my undies at like 2:00 and people showed up and we started going. And then we played Cards Against Humanity. And then everybody left at like midnight. So I can't drink a Yingling yet. Maybe soon.
Have you? Okay, so I mean, I do have to ask you about the Yingling. Have you had it like a bunch before? Or are you a fan of it?
No, I tasted a Yingling last weekend. I'd never had it before, but I've become more of an adult where if somebody offers me a beer that I'm not familiar with, I no longer go, ugh! I'm like, all right, I'll try it. And I tasted it and I was like, oh, yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, it's a lager.
Yeah.
Don't drink a bunch of them because the hangover with these are pretty bad.
That's why a lot of
sticks to you.
That's why a lot of times I'll just slam the clams, no carbs. Mm-hmm. But problem is that you end up drinking too many and then you don't know what is happening.
They're really easy to drink too many of.
If Tom Brady's coming off knee surgery, good luck getting away from Micah Parsons. Yeah, there's a wild card for you. Micah Parsons is going to be a stud right away. So Micah Parsons might be changing football games in year one.
And yeah, we're gonna talk about the defense here for sure. But I did want to bring that up. If you're able to get pressure on Tom Brady, that would be the one way. And I mean, I don't know, how healthy do you think Tank actually is going into week one?
Healthy enough.
And then you have Randy and you have Micah Parsons. I mean, I feel better about our pass rush this year than I think I felt in a long time about it with those three guys.
Yeah, my only problem with the Cowboys pass rush is that it's those three guys.
And yes, Romeo, that is Jeff. Jeff is here.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jeff Kavanaugh. If you're watching on Dalton's page, follow me on YouTube.
All right. 50 gifted right now from Alex Barnett. Holy fuck. That's a 50 bomb. That's good shit. And that's a ton of money towards the One Tribe Foundation. So thank you very much, Alex.
Charity.
Charity's fucking awesome.
It is.
Charity. And that's my favorite charity.
22 Kill?
Yep.
That's my homies. I like them.
Yep.
They're good peoples doing good works.
Yes, they are.
All right. What do you want to do?
I want to talk more about this pass rush is what I want to do.
Oh, yeah. Cowboys pass rush. Here's my problem with the Cowboys pass rush.
It's only those three guys, but do you think Osa can give anything? Do you think?
Something. But I also think that if you think he's going to here's what I like about Pro Football Focus is if you just live in a world where you're going to put a number on somebody's performance, screw their numbers. But if you were grading Osa on a scale of 100, if you think that he's going to be a 70 or something as a rookie, I think you are optimistic.
Yep.
I think he'll give you plays where it's like, oh crap, that little 280-pound D tackle sure did get in there. And then he'll give you plays where you're like, oh, that rookie D tackle sure is getting his ass kicked. So I think he can help some, but I don't think he's going to have more than 4 sacks. So he could get you a few. And I hate the defensive ends behind or the edges behind Tank and Gregory. Tank and Gregory come off and what's 3 and 4? Terrell Basham and Dorrance Armstrong. That's just.
Listen, we're going to have to stop slandering Dorrance Armstrong at some point. For his edge,
I'm not slandering.
He's a good player.
He's a backup defensive end.
People hate him because they want to see an eye play, and I would also like to see Bradley and I play. But
I don't care about that. Yeah, I don't care about that. I take blame for the Anai thing because people like us had him graded higher than where he was picked, and so we liked him, and so I think people liked him.
But no, I mean that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, but again, I go to if Bradley and I was going to be a really good NFL pass rusher, they'd be getting him on the field.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
They'd be doing it.
I agree. 100%.
Although they did not give Randy enough snaps, but like Dorrance is fine. I think Anai would be fine. He might be a liability in run defense, but
yes,
he can rush the passer with his zero physical tools self. It's so weird. It's like he's not big, he's not athletic, but
he's a really good pass rusher. And
he can rush passer.
And yeah, I mean, and you see it in the preseason games too. When he actually gets to pin his ears back, he's got the hands to do it. It's tough, man. And listen, part of this is because I really did like Dorrance Armstrong coming out of Kansas, so I've always been a fan of his. But I mean, I don't love what's behind them. I think that Micah really opens up a lot because Micah is able to rush from literally everywhere.
Yeah, Micah's sexy.
Yeah.
Micah, by the middle of the year, if not game one, will be the best player on your defense. Micah has already proven me wrong, and he hasn't played an NFL snap yet. He's going to be a better
one of the reasons I was bringing you on here was so I could call you stupid.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, sometimes you make projections, and sometimes that's dangerous, and sometimes your dead ball's on. I think the Cowboys and a lot of other teams projected that he could cover and that he could line up off the edge and rush, and they were right. Yeah, and I was like, it ain't on tape, so what are we doing here?
I definitely agree with you on the pass coverage thing because we just didn't see it in college, and that was a huge projection going forward. I liked him in some of the pass rush roles that I saw him in at Penn State, especially earlier in his career when he was just coming off of being a defensive end in high school. I thought he was still good there. Now that he's actually working on it at the NFL level and it's become a big part of what he's going to do. I mean, the PFN crew did a preseason NFL predictions thing, and they all picked Micah to be Defensive Rookie of the Year. And that was before a lot of those guys picked those awards before the preseason even started. I mean, I think at this point, there's no question he's the favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. And he's going to pick up statistics in so many different categories in coverage as a pass rusher and as an off-ball linebacker.
Yeah, I can give you his stats right now. Like, he's going to have 100 tackles. He's going to have 6 or 7 sacks. He's going to have 3 picks. He's going to have 7 passes defended. Like, he's just going to have a little bit of everything. Yeah. And he'll be the Defensive Rookie of the Year.
How many picks did you say?
At 3?
It's the Cowboys, man. He's going to have 1, maybe 2.
Easy.
We just don't intercept the ball.
Easy. They do now. Dan Quinn, bro. Dan Quinn equals picks.
Well, I mean, we did finally at least try to address the free safety position as well this offseason. As little as we did, we at least threw names at the problem for once.
Yeah. That's kind of what they're doing at defensive tackle too, where it's like, hey man, who are your kick-ass defensive tackles? And I'm like, nah, And it's like, oh,
there are none.
Well, how many of them you got? And I'm like, oh man, I got like 6 of them. Yeah, I got some guys that I can run out there, but
yeah. And I mean, that's how I feel about corner too. I'm like, I like the depth that they have at corner. There's just no guy there.
Yeah, I mean, if you're honest, I don't know why they're not doing this. Kennedy should be starting. Kennedy's been the second best corner every practice, everything. Kennedy's been one of your 2 best corners. He should be playing.
But you like him on the inside, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he should be playing, put him right there. And then if you want to let Jordan Lewis and Anthony Brown fight for a new job for the 5th or 6th year in a row, let them fight for the outside job with the young guys.
Yeah. Hey,
I can't believe that Jordan Lewis signed back with the Cowboys.
That was so crazy.
It's like you spent 4 years here and you competed against the same guy for 4 years and you lost every time. And I'm going to come back to the same roster. I guess they told him like, hey, we're going to move him outside. You're going to get to play. I promise.
Hey, let's keep this sub train going. We got 1:20 left on it. Let's go.
Sub train.
Sub it up, baby. This doesn't happen to me very often, so we better get it. Well,
I don't get a train on YouTube, but sub anyway.
Stuff. That's fun.
Oh, yeah. Super chat train.
I gotta start dual streaming is what I gotta do.
That's what I got to do too, but I don't know how when I'm doing this. When I'm working with somebody else, I need an OBS crash course on how to set up things. Because like by myself, I would use Restream and I would do it on multiple things.
And you can do it on StreamYard too. You can set up so you're streaming to YouTube and Twitch.
What?
Yeah. Yes.
Does that cost money?
I don't know. I think it probably.
I think
does.
I have to sign up for something.
Yeah, we have it for work. But
okay, so you're forgetting I'm a cheap ass.
Yeah, I did forget that. But if you're streaming to two platforms, that's two income streams, so you're probably all right.
In theory. Jeff, are you on the fan today? No, because they ask me every holiday, hey, do you want to work this day? And I say, no, thank you. But then I was just sitting on the couch doing nothing. And Dalton was like, what's up? And I was like, hey, man. And I was like, yeah, I got 30 minutes to burn. Oh, here we go. Formula comes through.
Ooh, $20.
Oh, he comes through. He's my guy.
I love
for
that.
The pool fund. How will LC perform on Thursday? Same with Connor McGovern. Connor McGovern's going to get his ass kicked. Now, It's not his fault.
No.
The goal for Connor McGovern is to survive because Vita Vea is a monster and Ndamukong Suh is pretty damn good himself. It's going to be hard out there. And for Lyle Collins, I guess primarily he'll be blocking Shaq Barrett. That's a tough job, but assuming that his neck and shoulder exist and he actually plays, I think Lyle will be, but we'll find out because like they're in pads today. So this will be the day where they'll see, is Lyle going to be able to go?
He'll go for 2.5 quarters. And then we'll get another stinger.
Oh, what a jerk.
I have just ever since last year, man. The Lyle Collins health thing is just not. I'm not in on it.
Is it a fair trade though? That well, let me preface it with this: if you believe, like I believe, that Tyron Smith might be healthy this year, is it a fair trade?
Yes, 100%.
To be like, hey, don't worry about Tyron, but worry about Lyle.
Yes, I will 100% worry about Lyle if it means that Tyron is healthy for 17 games.
So I believe it. I only believe it
for 15 games. I'm happy.
I only believe it because there's actually something tangible. Like Tyron feels so good after having that surgery that he doesn't wear a neck roll anymore. Like it's actually tangible.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, yeah, like that unlocked my stuff. I don't need the neck roll. Like I'm okay. And that's incredible. Jeremy.
That would be awesome.
What a beast. Woo! Jeremy in the super chat. You're awesome, dude. Big fan. I love is that a motorcycle? Is that a crotch rocket?
There's no way that's his motorcycle. That is
unbelievable. I bet it's his motorcycle.
It's got a football seat too. Did you see that?
Hold on. That is a football seat. I'm terrified of those things.
Bike?
Probably because the first time I ever got on a motorcycle was a buddy of mine that had what are the ones with the letter and the number? It was like an R1 or whatever. And he lived on a country road in Lucas, Texas. And he was like, hop on the back. I'll show you we can get to 100 by the stop sign. And we sure did. And that was a asphalt road with potholes. And I was like, I would like off now. And I don't ever want to get back on. Thank you. Yeah, he said that's his bike. Shout out to Jeremy and his kick-ass bike.
That's dope. That is very cool. Good shit, Jeremy. I love that. That's a real Cowboys fan right there. I mean, I have a couple knockoff jerseys hanging up over there, but this man's got an entire bike.
I just look at what's around me. I got an ankle weight thing, and it's blue. It's got blue and gray and silver on it. That's Cowboys. This 2 terabyte hard drive flash drive has blue. That's a Cowboy fan. That's me, Cowboys. Woo woo. It's not dog hair.
What do we think the Cowboys' record will be this year? Also, the Jags.
10-7, 5-12.
So here, let me go to playoff predictor and tell you what I think the Cowboys are going to be because I already did all of this. 12-5. 12-5. I'm optimistic because they have the second easiest schedule in the NFL. Can't take advantage of that. You're in trouble.
If you tell me the offensive line's healthy all year, I could buy 12.
I just need one of them healthy. I don't need Lyle healthy. I don't need Lyle and Tyron healthy. I need Zack Martin healthy, period. No Zack Martin, I don't feel good at all.
Cowboys are going to be the Rona team. That's what they do. They just run into bad injury luck and whatever. So it's just going to be real random stuff. Like it's not going to
really
be.
Can't.
It's not
they
going to
really
be. From
can't do that. It won't be this
partying.
year. It's every other year, Jeffrey. This is the good year for the Cowboys. Last year was the bad year. Next year will be the bad year. It's the way that these things go.
No, next year's going to be a good year. Hey, Trucker's Life in the building. What's up, buddy? What you cooking today?
Next year's going to be a good year.
Next year's going to be a good year because next year's going to be the year they have a good defense.
And I have the Jags.
Next year's going to be year 2 of Odighizuwa and Golston and Kelvin Joseph and Deshaun Wright and Micah Parsons. Like, if you think a rookie class is going to save your defense, I think you're mistaken. But if you think the second year of 6 dudes can really help your defense, I agree with you.
Yeah. Yes, I know Vegas has the over-under at 9.5. I'm going over the 9.5 as long as they stay reasonably healthy. And the Jags are going 4-13, by the way.
That's what worries me about the Vegas stuff is because Vegas tends to put the Cowboys lines in what they believe optimistic places because they know Cowboy fans will bet it anyway. So I'm like, shit, Vegas really thinks they're an 8-9 team.
Yeah.
That's what they think. I think they're a 10-7, possibly 11-6.
So, I mean, this is partially because I think that the NFC East is still going to be dog shit outside of Washington. And Washington, when their quarterback is Fitztragicking, will be dog shit as well.
Yeah, but that's only 7 games a year. They'll have 10 good ones and 7 bad ones, which will get them to 9-8.
Do we know that? Because has he ever played 16 games?
I don't know. I mean, he's probably been healthy enough to before, but him and Jameis just kept trading out roles, which was wild. Like, could you imagine being that coach when you're like, that's it, Jameis, that was a stupid throw. Fitzpatrick, you're in.
Right.
And then it's like, oh, crap. Fitz,
get out of there.
throw. Jameis, you're in. It's the same guy.
Oh, big streamer in here. ESF and TV. I have no idea how the NFC East is going to shake out. Washington honestly could win the division. Like, listen, their defense is really good, but if Cowboys stats and graphics has taught me anything, it's that defensive performances are very much more difficult to replicate year to year. It's much more contingent upon the quarterbacks and the teams that you're facing than it is how good your actual defense is, mostly because playing defense in the NFL is so fucking hard.
Yes. Although I'll take my chances if you tell me that I have all the really good players. But, I mean, that's just fact. Yes. There is way more variance in how your defense does year to year than how your offense does. And shout out to the super chat from Below the Heavens. It says the NFL would be quiet if Brady had tested positive. That's what I wonder. It's got to be a third-party thing because otherwise, everybody
in Tampa's vaccinated. So it wouldn't even really matter anyway. I mean, you would still need to get
Martin's vaccinated, tests, right? And he's about to miss a game.
You would just need to get two negative tests.
I would pay off the doctors to say you did not see that test from Zach. Nobody tell anybody that I said that, but that's what I would do. And
yeah, it doesn't live on the internet or anything.
But then I would tell his teammates. I'd be like, "Listen, guys, Zach's got the Rona, but he's going to play unless you guys have a problem with it. If you guys have a problem with it, we'll tell the league he tested positive. But if you guys are cool, we're going to roll."
Quan, Quan's in here saying, I kind of brace myself that I'll never see a Cowboys Super Bowl win and might not even ever see an appearance. Man, come on. Quan, it's okay.
That depends how old you are. I like to think in the next, depending how long I make it, but I think I can make it another 45 years.
Yeah, I think you're good there.
I think they'll get to one.
I think one?
I think they'll. Well, I don't want to predict the outcome.
The real question is, will Steven last 40 years?
No, right? Like, what's Steven? Steven's got to be in his 50s. And I say this with
medicine and the amount of money that the Joneses have.
I say this with all due respect.
I know that they go hard. They go hard. But with modern medicine, it's not crazy to think that they are not going to live, 130 to 145.
I hear you. I hear you, Ricky. I hear you. Or was that the other guy? Was that Cal Naughton that said that?
No, that was
Was it Ricky?
That was Ricky.
All right. Rich people live forever.
Yes, exactly. As long as we win another one before Detroit gets there first, I'm good. Yeah, I think we'll win another Super Bowl before the Lions win another playoff game.
I want to know if the Lions can beat out the Texans for the number 1 pick. I think
they can't.
It's going to be a great race.
You know what sucks is I love almost every single player that the Lions picked in this last draft class. They just complete dog shit roster offensively.
Yeah, their roster is
zero receivers.
Yeah, that's a butt team.
And Jared Goff, I didn't even realize Jared Goff since 2019 has the second most turnovers in the NFL. Did not know that.
You know what else? You know what else he has in the last 4 years is the second most wins in the NFL. So we need to stop pretending he's ass.
Whoa! Was it him or was it the team?
I mean, he's a
because the man had the second most turnovers in the NFL in that time.
He's a quarterback. Quarterback is important. He's the most important guy to winning and losing. All I'm saying is everybody tells me
really good defense. And listen, and I understand where you're going with this. You're going with Matt Stafford does not immediately make this a Super Bowl team because
if they don't win the Super Bowl, then everyone's been lying to me because everybody's telling me that Matt Stafford is infinitely better than Jared Goff and he's super awesome. So Jared Goff was in the Super Bowl, which means the Rams are about to win the Super Bowl by 30 points. Otherwise, people have been lying to me about how good Stafford is. That's what they got to do.
I just think that team's getting older and worse. I mean, they lost Troy Hill.
Their depth is gone.
Terrible. They lost Troy Hill. They lost Josh Johnson. I mean, those are two huge losses in their secondary. And I know that they still have Jalen Ramsey and they still have the other corner. I can't think of his name right now, but he's that young stud that came out of nowhere.
And they have Aaron Donald.
That
helps
a lot. But they also lost Brandon Staley. So that's going to be a tough loss for them too. Their offensive line is aging. Their wide receivers are good, but Cup's going to be healthy for like 5 games and then bust his knee up.
Oh, you're talking about Darius Williams, their other corner.
Yes, Darius Williams. Yeah, he's not super young. I think he's like 4 or 5 years in, right?
This will be his 4th year.
Yeah.
UAB. Let's go.
Young Aristotle. Stafford is infinitely better than Goff because Goff is horrible. So I don't think Goff is horrible. I think he's pretty bad. I don't think he's horrible. And I think Stafford is physically, in another world than Jared Goff is. But he's not as good of a quarterback as a lot of people make him out to be.
Stafford's fine.
He's had weapons.
Yeah, he's
Detroit.
Fine.
Like they've had bad teams, but he's had weapons.
Yeah. That is the fun part about Matt Stafford. Like, he never had any weapons. He had Megatron's entire career. Yeah. He had the 1,300-yard version of Golden Tate. He had
I'm getting another beer.
Who was a tight end? He had you can look over the last 10 years of Lions football. They've had a bunch of really good weapons. Shit, Kenny Golladay and Marvin Jones. They've had plenty of weapons. What do you do while he goes and gets a beer? How far away was the beer? How far away was the beer?
Not very. Why?
It's in the same room?
No. I wish it was.
Oh.
If we were staying here, I would have a mini fridge over here for beer and wine, but we are trying to sell our house. We sold it last week. And then they backed out. So that was fun.
Oh no!
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Who wants to buy Dalton's house in the chat?
All the paperwork was signed. Listen, guys, it's up north of Frisco. It'll be 10 minutes from the PGA headquarters. So if anybody likes golf.
You like golf. Why wouldn't you just stay there?
Beach and cheaper cost of living.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you make your, livings on the internets, you can kind of do what you want, right?
And that is what I do.
Wait till I get fired. It's coming soon. Be on the internet.
With a deadline of Wednesday for them. Awesome. Sick. Just got some writing assignments.
What are we writing about?
Top 25 positions, baby.
What?
Top 25s in the NFL. I get to choose 2 of wide receivers, running backs, and cornerbacks. I don't want to write about running backs. I don't want to write about running backs.
Yeah, you take wide receiver.
25 of them. I have to do 2 of them, wide receivers and corners.
Wide receiver is the easiest one ever.
No,
and not just because there's no wrong order. I can give you the 25.
No, there is a wrong order, and it's if you have Amari Cooper at 19.
Yeah, that's probably wrong. But like if you put Amari Cooper 8th, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. And if you put him 13th, I'd be like, all right, you'd be fine. Jeff, you've been saying you're going to get fired for months now. I've been out of contract for 9 months. Okay, I've been out of contract for 9 months. It can happen any day.
Reggie,
any day. And if it happens, you people better be here. Okay.
Reggie, did I really say Josh Johnson and not John Johnson? Did I say Josh Johnson earlier?
You might have. The great all-time great quarterback.
Yes. Anyways, Reggie texted me and said that man's name is John Johnson III. And I don't know if this was like a being proper thing and adding the third in, or if I said Josh Johnson by accident. But I met John, by the way, Reggie.
Things happen.
Wait, what is this?
You know what I want to play? I haven't played it in a while. I'm going to download Diablo, maybe Diablo 2.
Stafford did have the Ford family, and yes, that's the biggest issue with the Lions. Absolutely.
I can't wait for them to win the Super Bowl by 30. That's what they got to do. Otherwise, he sucks.
Yeah.
No, Kyle, if I get fired, you don't riot. You just be here. You just be here. Because this is where I'll be.
Listen, if Jeff gets fired, you just gotta show up.
Yeah, you just gotta be here.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna be in Super Chat trying to support my man as he embarks on this new online endeavor.
Did he just call us you people? Yes, Tropic Thunder. It's funny. What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
This is the second time that she's tried to call me. Still streaming. Thank you.
Oh my God.
What do you want to do?
I want to cry is what I want to do. We're doing all the positions this week before Sunday's kickoff. All of them.
So do it.
It's a lot of top 25 writing, but I'll do it.
Do you do bits when you're writing? Like just throw in a random one that's funny?
Oh, no, it more like
top 25 tackles at like 23. You just throw Terrence Steele in there. Just see what happens.
I've not done that. Actually, I kind of did. I put Antoine Winfield Jr. as like my 24th ranked safety or something like that. It's surprising that there are like a good amount of good safeties in the NFL, and he probably shouldn't have been on the list yet because he was like the worst in coverage in the NFL by passer rating, which for safety is kind of tough to.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. I need to meet the person who's doing the calculation and deciding what defense they're running on every play and assigning responsibility because I've done that before. And it's weird.
They do it. They just do it by closest man.
No, that ain't right.
That's how it goes all the time, and that's just not right.
So the slot corner or the linebacker blows the coverage. You throw it over their head, and the free safety's fault.
Yes.
That's messed up. Isn't this about some game next week? Oh, yeah. The Cowboys are playing Tampa.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That's happening, isn't it?
We can talk about that. We talked about the entire season. We can talk. Do you want to go matchups in this game?
Hold on. Let me see if I can give you a favorite.
What about other NFL games that we would like to talk about? Because I know I would like to talk about the Chiefs and the Browns.
Why? Do you have the nuts to put in the call that the Browns are going to beat them?
Yeah. When I was going through and doing the like schedule stuff, because you go game by game. So you're looking at the Chiefs. It's like, what fucking games are they going to lose? And it's like they play the Ravens.
Oh, they'll lose 4 games.
And I know that they will, but like when you're going down game by game, it's like, well, I mean, of course they're going to beat the Colts. I don't even know if they play the Colts, but you know what I mean? When you go game by game, it's tough to.
Well, do it with the Cowboys.
Like 15-1.
Yeah, do that with the Cowboys, and then you'll see how hard it is and how wrong you're going to be. Because when I go down the Cowboys and I'm like, oh, are they better or worse than this team? I'll get them to like 12-5 or 13-4. Do I believe that's going to happen? Hell no. Because 3 or 4 of the teams that they're better than are going to beat them on that day. Shit happens. It'll happen to the Chiefs too.
Yeah.
Jeff's favorite matchup of Tampa versus Dallas.
Ooh.
If I'm not mistaken, Mike Evans most often lines up far on the offense's left, which puts him across from Trevon Diggs. That might be my favorite. Tom Brady's smart enough to just abuse somebody, but he's also not scared of anybody. And Mike Evans is the sort of matchup that kind of you don't ever want for anybody. But if you were picking the sort of receiver you want Trevon Diggs to play against, I think it's
Mike
big, strong man. Yeah. Evans is he's probably a better separator than people give him credit for, but I want Trevon Diggs covering big people, not little people. I don't want him covering Antonio Brown.
I don't want him covering Chris Godwin.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's one of my favorites, and I predict Mike Evans will win that matchup.
You think? Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
So my favorite is, listen, we don't know how many games of Vita Vea we're going to get ever.
Don't make that your favorite matchup. He's going to crap on our interior.
Listen, that is my large adult son, Vita Vea, and I have to stand no matter what, and that's even against the Cowboys, and that's the matchup that I'm most interested in seeing because I know how one-sided it'll be. But outside of that, honestly, I think watching and trying to see CeeDee Lamb over the middle of the field with Antoine Winfield Jr. there is going to be a lot of fun to see how that works out.
He's too little, and that's one of my sons. So is Vita Vea, but Antoine Winfield, boy, you put a ball in the air with Antoine Winfield and CeeDee Lamb, I'll tell you who I'm betting on. Antoine
Winfield Jr. is my entire brand, actually.
Yeah, well, I one up you with our Darius Washington being my brand. Let's get even smaller, baby.
You did.
Let's get even smaller.
And listen, I liked him, and it looks like he's playing well in Baltimore. So there's that.
I think Ed just super chatted in euros. Is that the sign for a euro?
He did, yes.
Hell yeah. What's your favorite? Oh, yeah, and he put a U in the word favorite. Hell yeah, we're worldwide, baby. What's your favorite snack / meal and beverage to have while watching a Cowboy game? I make my wings. Every Cowboy game, I like to make my wings.
Damn, they're good, too.
Hardcore Carnivore Red is what you're looking for. You get your chicken.
Good wings.
The night before, you lay them out on the tray. You hit them with the Hardcore Carnivore Red, and then you hit them with the Clucker Dust. The Hardcore Carnivore Red gives you the flavor and the coloring. The Clucker Dust gives you a little bit of heat. That's how you do the wings. About 275. Take them up to the internals, like 185. Don't worry about that 165 crap. You won't know the difference. Finish those things. That's what you do. It's a pound, not a euro. You got paid in pounds. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. I'm an idiot. I should.
One more matchup Jeffrey likes in Tampa Bay versus Dallas. Tank, MF, and Lawrence versus Tristan Wirfs.
I'm not excited for that one because
Tristan Wirfs is
that one's going to be pretty. That one's going to be pretty one-sided and not the side we want it to be.
I think that one will be more of a freaking war.
Oh, it'll definitely.
I think that one will be a war. Tristan Wirfs.
It'll be fun to watch.
Was an incredible rookie, and assuming Tank has done enough to be ready to play football, they are going to be sore the next day. Those two dudes are monsters.
Give me the other side and give me Donovan Smith against either Randy Gregory or Micah Parsons.
Cowboys can win that one.
Cowboys can win that one. If there's one, well, there's kind of two. Alex Kappa hasn't played all that well for the Bucs in the interior, but it's Donovan Smith. You're probably not going to win. Tank's probably not going to win too often. But Chris, I know if you're in chat, you would agree with that because you hate Tank. But this one's going to be a tough one just because that dude out there is awesome. Was he an All-Pro last year?
Who? I doubt they would have given it to a rookie. I think you could have, but my guess is he was not an All-Pro because he was a rookie, and that's not allowed. But man, what an offensive line draft! Wirfs.
It's the best one we've seen in a long time. Becton and
Wills in Cleveland.
All of them except for the first one drafted.
I know. Poor Andrew Thomas. It's good for your division, though.
Yes,
Number 4 overall pick. Turns out he's not very good.
Yeah, it's tough, especially when all of the tackles taken behind him were really, really, really good.
I wish the Cowboys
one
had
in his own city.
I wish the Cowboys had good interior linemen because you mentioned Kappa. Like, if you had good players, I think you could do some damage against Jensen and their center, Jensen and Kappa, their right guard.
Jensen's good, though.
I don't think you have the humans for it. See, I think Jensen's okay. I think he's okay.
Really?
I think he's okay. But their O-line is like, it's a bunch of solid dudes and Wirfs. Yeah. It's like a bunch of solid dudes and a freaking monster.
Whoa. We're not going to just skim by Ali Marpet and call him solid.
Yeah, he's solid.
No. Yeah, no. Solid. That man he's probably a top 5 guard in the NFL.
Yeah, he's solid. He's
top solid. 5 is only solid. Is that
he's fine. He's fine. Brent Urban's about to whip his ass.
Guys, don't forget, pool fund for Jeffrey. Fundraising for Dalton. Dalton B. Miller 14 on PayPal. D. Miller 71692 on Venmo. It's all of that money, every single dime, goes to 22 Kill. Or you guys can sub to my channel as well. If you guys do that, half of the money goes to them. Choose wisely.
I'll donate to it.
There you go, Jeffrey. There you go. So where did you get that 3 Stacks poster from?
Vach, the great Vach Lombardi. Well, not from him. He told me the name of the company because he had things like this behind him, and I was like, "Oh, where did you get that art?" And they're like, so they're like metal, and they just stick on magnets.
Oh,
so you can change them out.
That's like pretty fucking sick, actual.
Yeah. So right now I have those 3.
What others? Yeah, let's.
I got this one that's not up right now.
Oh yes.
So like, you got options. You can do what you want. Yeah. Just put Doc over there with Cloud. Final Fantasy VII. Gandalf, Lord of the Rings, and 3 Stacks. Andre over here.
That's where we're at, Josh. Joshua has a good comment here. Fertile Chipmunk is Chris. He hates Tank. He said if Tank is a top 5 D end, he should be able to give Wirfs a business. Well, he's not a top 5 D end.
He's a top 10-ish D end.
10-ish.
Yeah, he's
10
a top
12.
10-ish.
His contract says he's top 5. Okay.
Run more to keep Brady off the field from Clayton in the super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Offense versus D. I'm not a fan of running the ball. I'm a fan of getting first downs.
Yes.
If you can run the ball to get them, that's cool. That takes the risk out of the game. But the Cowboys and every other team in the world are better at throwing on early downs. So
pass on early downs. Second
run on
down
3rd and 1.
Short. Yep. Run it 3rd and 1. Run it 2nd and 1. Do a play action shot on 2nd and 1, maybe. You got the receivers to do that.
Oh, yeah. 2nd and 1 that's
shot play territory right there.
2nd and 1 for Dalton and the video game people. That's S tier. 2nd and 1 is S tier. That's when you break necks. That's when you go into the huddle. You call the play action bomb ski.
And Jeffrey, what is the only 3rd and manageable?
3rd and 1.
Yes, sir. There's no other 3rd manageable. Don't let anybody tell you different, chat.
And what Dalton means by that is manageable is getting a first down, right? That's how you define manageable. And so you take, what are the odds I get a first down when you're starting on 1st and 10? And only 3rd and 1 is better odds than you were back at 1st and 10. 3rd and 2 is worse odds. So you need to get to 3rd and 1. And you know what would help you get those first downs is if more teams remembered, you get 4 of them.
No, you get 3 of them, and then you got to punt it away. Even if you're at your,
you get 4 downs.
45 on 4th and 2.
There's four downs.
I think Mike McCarthy very much knows that there's 4 downs. I don't think we have to tell Mike.
Yeah. So if it's 3rd and 4, you can run the ball if you want to, as long as you're planning for going on 4th.
Yes, sir.
Then let's go. Let's party.
Absolutely agree. And if you're thinking about going for it on 4th anyways, if you want to run the ball in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down for 3 yards a pop and get to 4th and 1, all right. You're probably going to pick up that 4th and 1.
Yeah, if you promise me your plan is to go for it on 4th, you can run on 1st and 10.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. If you can get 3 yards of carry, you're good to go.
Yeah. Yeah, and everybody gets 3 yards of carry.
So one thing I do want to bring up when I'm talking about the Cowboys is this finally going to be the year where they actually unleash Tony Pollard and give him more touches? Okay, thanks, Jeff. Thanks. I wanted to be optimistic about Tony Pollard taking Zeke off the field, if for no reason but to just keep both of them fresh. Because I've always hated how the Cowboys rotate by series instead of by play. They try to keep guys in for series, and you just have your back gassed by the end of it.
Okay, I'll say this. He will get more, but like you look at his career, and in year 1, 86 carries, in year 2, 101 carries. I don't think that he's going to have 170 carries.
I want it so bad to be 250 to 150. On the carries,
that would be probably ideal, but I think where you will get more of him is I do think he'll have more than 28 catches this year. That's what he had last year.
See, I mean, with how often or how little he actually gets snaps, 28 catches, I don't think that's a bad number. If he plays more snaps, I think absolutely he catches more passes. I mean, he was a wide receiver in college.
I think 120 carries and 40 catches. I think that's doable for Pollard.
I would be pretty happy with that overall. But I mean, you also, at the end of the day, have CD, Amari, Gallup, 2 tight ends in Schultz and Jarwin, and 2 running backs. So there is no shortage of weapons for the Dallas Cowboys. By the way, who the fuck is starting at tight end, Jeff?
I think Jarwin.
You think Jarwin is?
Yeah, I thought Schultz early in camp when they were bringing Jarwin back all slow and everything, but then Schultz got hurt and they were like, hey, Jarwin, you got to go now. And he started going, and it was like either one of them when they're in there does well. So whoever they put in for a practice, at the end of that practice, you're like, oh, he's the starter. And it's been Jarwin more recently.
Quan, we're fine if Zeke goes for 170 and has 2 touchdowns. That we're never going to complain about a guy doing well. Ever.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah,
that'd be great. My problem is if you hand it to him 30 times for 94 yards and it's like, congrats, you fed your running back, you got 3 yards to carry, and you were getting 9 yards per pass attempt, and you only threw it 27 times and you lost 34-13.
Also, Quan, on a different topic here, saying that he thinks Pollard could be a versatile starter somewhere else. I think that Pollard could start at a lot of places.
I mean, if you want a real hot take, he won't even play football this year. I think Rico Dowdle can start in the NFL. I think your third running back could start in the NFL.
I think Rico's good. I question Rico's contact balance. He goes down pretty easily because he's a smaller dude, but he does it all.
He's sneaky.
He's fun.
He's sneaky.
He is fun.
People forget where he is for some reason. He's sneaky.
I was looking forward to seeing him in limited action as the RB3, but obviously that's not going to happen.
That's all right. He'll be RB2 next year. No, he won't. Zeke's going to be here for another 4 years.
Yeah. With the contract restructure, it's really tough to get rid of him before that.
Yeah.
Before 3 years. I mean, I just don't see it, man. I love Zeke, and I've come around on Zeke being here for the long haul. It is what it is.
I think he looks good now.
And he looks good, but he's still in his 6th year in the NFL as a running back, and he has 1,700 touches, 1,800 touches. He's beat up. Even
on Hard Knocks, like McCarthy knows that. He's like, I don't want to give Zeke the ball at all in preseason. Why? No. Like, there's a lot of wear on those freaking tires. I don't want to put any more on it.
Can we talk about the whole people playing in the preseason thing?
Sure, but
a quarterback, like I don't.
Everybody's opinion will always be skewed by whoever won the Super Bowl, I think. But like Tom Brady, they're like, he's more ready. He's been playing, and I'm like, he's thrown like 12 passes. Like, who cares? What is the difference?
But my issue is like people don't give a fuck if Zeke doesn't play the entire preseason.
Yeah.
So why would you want Dak, who is infinitely more valuable to your football team? Why do we want him going out there and getting a half of football? And I understand that he hasn't played, but I'm not risking 17 games for half a game or even a full game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers of rust. I'm fine with him knocking off the rust in week 1 and week 2 if it means he doesn't break his ankle or his back like Tony Romo in the preseason.
I think anybody who's ever been hurt, that's when they stop being immortal to me, and I don't need them to play in the preseason. Like, I did want Parsons to play. He hadn't played football last year. He's 21 or whatever. Like, that dude, to me, they're invincible. Go play, get ready to play football. Once you've proven to me who you are on a football field and you've been hurt ever, you're done with preseason football. You're just done. 100%. Just like the college kids. Kayvon Thibodeau hurt his ankle, the Oregon defensive end, who's probably going to be a top 5 pick. Yep. To me, that would be the wake-up moment if I were him, and I'd be like, hey, teammates, I love you to death, and I'll buy you stuff when I get to the league. I ain't playing no more.
Yep.
I'm done.
He's the top 5 defender in the class. The only one that might be better than him is Kyle Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton was nasty last night.
He's a freak.
He was nasty.
He is a freak. I got a couple questions here. Do you think Boss Man Fat will be a starter by the end of the season? No. Jeffrey,
yes.
You do think he will be?
Yeah, he's going to be up against it now.
College?
What's that?
Is that just hope because you liked him coming out?
Probably. I think in camp he's been. You're comparing him to veterans, so like I would say he's been okay. When he gives up catches, it's not like he gets smoked. Like, that's the sort of athlete that he is, that even when he gives up a catch, he's going to be there. And I like
Unless
that.
It's against Kyle Pitts, chat.
Yeah. You feel free to find me the guy that Kyle Pitts didn't do that against. Exactly. Oh, wait, the answer is Tyree Gillespie at Missouri. He covered Kyle Pitts really well. But yeah, if you're a corner, you're allowed to give up a seam to Kyle Pitts once in a while.
Yeah.
He's really good. I think Joseph will start, and I think it'll be less to do with him proving that he has to and more to do with the fact that Jordan Lewis and Anthony Brown just are what they are, and that's not a good NFL starter. So like Boss Man will probably miss 3 weeks to start the year with injury, and then I would say by week 8 or 9, I bet he starts.
Do you think he has a better chance to play than Nashawn?
Nashawn's healthy, so for now the answer would be no. But yeah, I think Nashawn. You're a 6'4" corner with the slowest shuttle in the history of the position. You play man defense in the NFL a lot, and I don't think he can unless you run outside releases.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Nashawn scares me.
I hated his tape. I hated it.
You know what I liked about his tape is he was 6'4", 180. And the dude would hit anybody. Now, they didn't necessarily fall down, but that dude ain't scared. That dude is here for football.
Yep.
But you get him in space and it gets ugly.
Yeah.
Like he had a decent camp. Huge corners terrify me because you have to play man coverage at some point.
You can't do it in today's NFL. You can't be as physical as you need to be at that size, and it's physics. When you're that big, you're not going to move as quickly.
If you give me a 6'4" corner,
not reactively, the position's too reactive.
Yeah, if you give me a 6'4" corner that also runs a 6'6" 3-cone and a 3'9" short shuttle, shit, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. Height's awesome. The problem is that with height comes longer limbs and less change of direction. Yep. Life gets hard.
Yes, sir. What do you think of Izzy in camp?
Who?
Israel Mukuamu.
Oh, I actually like Mukuamu because he's built kind of like Nashawn.
I liked him coming out, and I hated him at corner.
Right.
Junior year, but I liked him at safety his senior year.
And he wants to play corner, and I would tell him, no. If you want to play corner, you don't make the team. But if you want to play safety, you can make the team. We want to
talk about Kyle Pitts making somebody look bad. He made Izzy look just
and that was a straight-up slant where he beat him by 8 yards.
Yes.
Big people covering is a challenge. And somebody in the chat, you guys are so wrong about this. Give the man some time. I give everyone some time, and I want everyone to succeed. If I tell you I don't think somebody's going to make it, it's just what I think about the sports and the player. Yep. I hope Nashawn Wright turns into Richard Sherman. I worry about huge corners and their quickness.
And listen, I have a different opinion on Boss Man than Jeff does. I didn't love his tape coming out. I saw the potential in him. is he ever going to reach that potential? That's the big question that I had, because he had been in multiple organizations and apparently the coaches didn't like him in either. That can become an issue. And so he had the upside. Staying on the field is going to be big for him, and being able to become a consistent cover corner is going to be the other thing for Boss Man. But he's got the physical tools to do it, and which is why I didn't kill it as a second round pick, like I've killed other picks that I didn't like because they weren't good athletes either. He's at least a great athlete.
They did what they do in the second round. They had their heart set on a first round corner. And when they didn't get one, they were like, how can we convince ourselves that we might have gotten a first round corner? And the answer was the guy with all the guy with all the potential. L. Gene in the super chat. What's good, Jeff? Love your content because it's real and not fandom. If the Cowboys start slow, this will get ugly. They better score early and often. That is true. And that is a Cowboy truth over the last couple of years. They tend to start slow, and that will not be okay on Thursday.
Yeah. And it's actually weird, because Dak's numbers historically are good in the first quarter and the third quarter from an EPA standpoint, which is really
last year,
when you look at it. But
last year, what killed him was it's not that he didn't play well; it's that he would then throw a pick, or he'd put the ball on the turf, or Zeke would put the ball on the turf.
The turnovers were bad early with the Cowboys from Zeke and Dak.
Yeah,
and Dak and Dak wasn't prone. Dak was prone to turnover last year. He was.
And that's not who he is. So
that's not.
He's not a fumbler, and he was a fumbler. And it's like, what in the hell is happening? And the answer is variance, sample size,
and having both your offensive tackles out.
Yeah,
because
that
he's
hurts.
so used to, and he's so good at going through all of his progressions and holding on to the ball to get to that final progression before he's got to check it down. He holds on to the ball. He was able to do that when you have either Tyron or Lyell, because he was able to manipulate the pocket and find a throwing hallway if one of them was healthy and one of them could hold up. But when neither of them could hold up, he just got beat. Just the way it was. They got to him in that last half second where you were able to, when he was loading up, strip sack.
Yep. That's Dalton Miller with the Yingling. Follow him on Twitch and YouTube. This is me, Dalton, saying I got to go because I keep getting phone calls that I have to return.
Get out of here.
So I'm going to give everyone my sign off. Follow me, youtube.com/Jeff Kavanaugh, twitch.tv/Jeff Kavanaugh. Remember, you have no idea what anybody's going through. So be cool to everyone. I love you. Bye. Hey, that's a message that resonates with the charity that you're raising money for.
That's a great sign off. Yes, it is. That does really resonate.
Yeah.
I might put that at the end of this video when I cut it up. There we go.
Yeah. Well, I'm hitting end broadcast. I don't know if that's going to end a broadcast for you, but
nope,
I'm
still going to be up.
All right. Well, everybody go hang out with Dalton. I'm peacing.